Welcome everyone to another live. Today we have another participant of the Fully Booked Translator Formula. I'm so excited because it's good to get to know with each other and also to meet up. And this time we have from overseas, from the other side of the Atlantic, Stephen, welcome. Hi, how are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us. And I know it's early there in your country. Is that right? Because we have the time zone difference. What time
Yep,
is
we're
it?
on the we're at 11:09 right now. Still right around the late morning.
Okay, that's good. That's good that it's not very difficult, the time difference. Would you like to introduce yourself for those that don't know you, your background as a translator, anything you would
Sure.
like to share with us? Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've been working in the translation field on and off for a little over 9 years. I've been doing a little bit of freelancing here and there, but most of the time I haven't been able to kind of concentrate everything that I have into this one particular career in business. So I've spent a little time living in Argentina. I did a little bit of translation work and English
Okay.
teaching there. And I recently moved back in the States with my wife at 2019, where I started working in the mortgage industry. So I gained a little bit of knowledge in finance, and it helps me specialize in kind of the area of finance. And I've done a little bit of work in marketing, subtitles, things like that.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for that. So currently, at what state you're based? You mentioned
I'm based in the state of Michigan, a little bit outside of Detroit.
Okay, amazing. Thank you so much. I think we have more people from the States to introduce the upcoming days.
Mm-hmm.
It's always an international community, and that's for me the most interesting part, to be able to interact with people from all over the world and to see that most of us or all of us will have the same challenges in our profession, or maybe the same goals or similar ones. So discussing about goals, why did you join this program? What are your main expectations?
Sure. So my main expectation is kind of finding more the business side of the translation business. Right when I came out of school, I had the translation part, I had the language part, but I think a lot of us within the United States, at least, if not, more broadly, we kind of forget that business aspect. Yeah, maybe more broadly, it's we kind of forget that business aspect. When a lot of times when we learn a language, the expectation is that we're going into education, or we're furthering our education with a master's or something like that. But taking this and creating our own business out of it, and the know-how to be able to do that, there's no real direct program. At least when I was in a university, there was no real direct program to help us out with that. So I've been kind of, throughout this whole time, I've been kind of floating around doing, a few freelance projects here and there, getting clients where I can, but having that actual structure to be able to fall back on and say, okay, I can take it from, this is where I start. If I need more business, if I need more clients, if I need to retain clients, how do I keep them coming back? I think that's a crucial part, and I think that that's what this class is going to help me out with the most, which is where I need it.
Exactly, and it's a 3-month comprehensive program, and you get access for a whole year in a self-paced format. So I see it as an annual program, but the actual practical, let's say, part where we implement together is going to be for the first 3 months. We're going to do it together to see if it works for you or not. And I think even if there was such a course at university, it will be very theoretical, because I'm currently, as a PhD student, I see from the other side. And if I had the chance to do an MBA myself, most probably also my business skills wouldn't have been that, let's say, developed as they are right now. Plus the fact that I'm already a professional translator since 2007, 16 years in the business, and have been training other colleagues to grow their businesses for the last 6 years. So you realize I'm bringing all this kind of knowledge and experience into this program, and every year the program itself and the curriculum grows because I enhance it with and based on the experience and what you're asking me to. So I always ask everyone, if you had the chance to have achieved one thing after the 3 months, okay, the active part that we work together, which most probably is going to be March, April 2024, what would that be? Because I assume that you have plenty of goals, things that you would like to have achieved by participating in such a program. But if you had the chance only one, like to prioritize it, what would that be?
Sure. So if I had to pick a goal for about March, April, what I would say is, I'm looking for one consistent client at least one consistent client that will give me regular work to help me, reach a specific financial goal. I know that, I set my goal a little bit, lower with my expectations, but I know the expectation is a 5-figure month, right?
That's my promise to you. And because I've seen that happening multiple times, I think it's very easily achievable. The program itself is not easy. Okay, we need to be honest. It's quite intensive and comprehensive in terms of actual theoretical and practical part of it on its own. But if you know that the process really works, and if you know that if you implement those steps, you will be led at this direction to lead to yourself and your business to 5-figure months. I think that's the easy part, that you know that the process really works, and you know that if you follow those steps, my big promise to you is at least 5-figure months, because the more you work on your goals and the more time and effort and passion you put into your business, I think that's coming back to you in multiple different ways. That's what I've seen also in my experience. But also you have finance background, so maybe also you can attest that after you have completed the program. So maybe we can have a second video then, so you can share your experience. But that's my main goal for you guys, is to reach your financial freedom, because some people, they tell me I don't want 5-figure months, I'm okay with 3K. That's pretty fine. You can put as much effort and time, so as long as you implement it and you get your goals achieved. That's my main promise. But I've seen people getting 10K, as you mentioned, before the program ends. One was from New York, another was from Poland. So really doesn't really matter where you're based in the world and what's your current situation. This program really can lead you to 5-figure months and a 6-figure business eventually, if you keep implementing it. I don't know if you have any questions, something you would like to ask me in general. Maybe we can answer other people's questions that way.
Sure. So, I mean, my main question or focus a lot of the time isn't necessarily towards the business side. It's more I guess it is kind of a little bit the business side, but my thought is always that, like, a lot of times I'll have a client or a project, and I'll have that, singular project, and that's it. Yeah. What kind of recommendations would you have for repeat clients? Exactly. How you keep clients coming back?
Yeah, that's a great question. I'm really glad that you asked me, because I heard what you said earlier, that you would like to get one consistent client. It really depends on what type of clients you would like to get, because that's not every client can be a repeat client, or maybe also, let's say, the frequency of projects they might have might not be that repeatable as we wish in order to grow our business. So that's why I create this process, and that's why this actual process and the strategy we're going to create for all of you guys. Of course, it will be tailored to each of your needs, because all of you have different starting point and states. But my main goal, because I've been working mostly with direct clients, and direct clients are very, let's say, challenging to get and to keep. But not all of them, they have, repeating work for you every month or every 2 months. Some of them they do, but some others they don't. So if you would like the clients to have work for you, you need the first weeks of the program to identify the right client for you, and to look for those that they have, let's say, repeat work and frequent projects to give you. Not all of the clients they do, the direct ones. If you go for agencies or translation companies, of course, if they are satisfied with your work, you have a good chemistry, they will be giving you on a consistent basis work. So what are the type of clients you would like to get? Both direct clients and agencies?
I was thinking a mix of both.
I'm taking also the chat. That's why you're seeing.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, doing a little bit of everything at the same time.
Yeah. I hear you.
So, yeah, with I would think a mixture of both, because I had done the one of the exercises that you'd mentioned before to measure out the budget, and to think of your ideal client. So some of the difficulty that I have is, the rate that I would need to be able to achieve my goal. And also a lot of the rates that I've received from agencies, there's a little bit of a mismatch. So I feel that direct clients might be, the better, more the direction I'd be looking to for my financial goals. But also with that client page, there was also the, the idea of who would you like to work with?
Exactly.
Who's the ideal person that you want to work with?
Of course.
And I kind of have to work through that, because I feel that on the one side, there's my financial goal. First and foremost, working in finance, my brain automatically goes to the dollars and cents and the money about it. But also the idea of who do I want to work with? What kind of projects do I want to do? And kind of trying to make those things work together. So
that's very clever.
That's what I'm struggling with right now, actually, as to which side goes where.
We can find a client that we really enjoy working with in their projects, and they can pay us. I was like that when I started my career, because I really enjoyed, let's say, literature. But I knew here in Greece, for example, that literature doesn't really pay, and we had many financial issues with publishers here and publishing companies. So I wouldn't be able to pay my bills if I had chosen that direction. But I found, let's say, other types of projects that I really enjoy. Maybe it's website localization or legal projects, because I'm also certified translator and I can certify the translation. And it's not maybe sometimes the project itself that gives me that fulfillment, but it's the fact that through my translations, people, they're able to get, let's say, their green card, or to immigrate, or to start a new business at a different country. So I get, let's say, some kind of satisfaction through the result of my project, rather than the actual, translation project itself. I don't know if you understand what I mean.
100%.
Exactly. So that we can do for you as well. So you can find, let's say, some projects that might be fulfilling for you in terms of the results that you get, but they might be higher paying in your country, because translation is very profitable as an industry, especially during crisis. We see the bad things that happen all over the world now in Israel. Before we had Ukraine, before that we had COVID, before that here in Greece we had 7 years financial crisis. So the external situation, is never going to be perfect in order to start growing our business. But we have, let's say, this benefit advantage as translators, that our profession is among of those that they see some kind of rise when we have some kind of crisis, either international or locally. But in your case, that's what I would suggest, to find those that are very profitable and choose the ones that bring you the most satisfaction. We are going to cover that in the first 2 weeks in the program. I think I have given you also some kind of preparation exercises, because you were from the early bird prize, let's say, winners. You got the pre-registration yourself. So for you, in order to gain, let's say, the time in between before we start the program, I have shared with you. One of those is actually the unique selling proposition, the target market, whereby answering those questions, they give you some kind of food for thought to start figuring out maybe industries that they might be profitable for you, but also satisfying and fulfilling. I don't know if you have been through those. And also the onboarding form. I think you replied the onboarding form. Is that correct? You fill that in?
Yes. Yep. I went through the onboarding form. I did the budget worksheet. I'd gone through the ideal client one. I was working through the USP worksheet.
That's challenging. I understand.
And that's the challenging part, is that, I want to answer these questions for myself. And, there is a field that I had kind of thought of and explored a little bit, was the field of tourism, because I'd seen that we can kind of combine both of those things. There's, with tourism and marketing and things like that, we can kind of have this creative aspect to it. On the other hand, a lot of people travel. A lot of people travel, and a lot of people work within the travel industry. So I feel like it could combine the best of both worlds.
But in your case, definitely also I see real estate or finances can be also let's say, an industry that you can get into because of your background, definitely with the finance translation. 100%. Not everyone wants to do this, and not everyone has your background to be able to provide high quality work. So definitely I suggest to everyone who joins this program, definitely to get advantage of the previous background, previous work experience, academically or whatever. Okay, so let's get back to you. Thank you for this question. Coming back to what I was telling you. So what the method I have, let's say, created in this program is to be able for you, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Because I got a phone call, so I thought it was an interrupt. So when you're going to implement this method, it's not for you to have you one consistent client. It's for you to create a method that you will be able to be visible in front of your potential clients okay, in general, on a consistent basis. So instead of waiting for consistent and repeatable clients, okay, to find us, why we don't do the opposite, okay, and create a consistent flow of potential and high caliber, high quality clients coming to us. If among those there are people who can give us repeatable work, that's amazing. But if there are some very high quality clients or very high profitable industries, okay, and types of companies, but they don't have that often work for us, we can multiply those clients. So we can create that consistency by working with multiple different companies in the same field. I think that's the most clever, so as to be able to satisfy that consistency and consistent workflow, but not particularly with one client. Because another drawback I see in working with one client is the fact that, for example, if for any kind of reason they don't have enough work to give you, or for any kind of reason they close tomorrow and you depend on one client and you have stopped marketing your services and you are, let's say, falling behind with your marketing, because that's very common, one problem that people they join my program face. And they come to me and they tell me, Virginia, I'm not struggling, but I had two very big clients. I used to earn 6K or 10K per month from those two clients. One of the clients, they really had a crisis in their business, so they stopped outsourcing. And the other one has really, let's say, lower the load of work they are giving me. So let's say by 70%, I lost my income. Okay. And those people usually that they depend on one or two consistent clients, they give them a lot of work. They don't know how to market their services because they've been a way of marketing, okay, for a long time. And it's very difficult, okay, to get back to market, because you need to get out of your comfort zone. You need to start implementing a few things that you're not familiar with when you're introvert or working, okay, with two specific clients for a long time. So that's why I also recommend to people, even if in the program you gain those two clients, because I have had people who got 4 clients. Even if you reach that kind of goal of yours, I would suggest you to keep implementing this kind of process so as to keep being visible in front of potential clients. And if your fear, let's say, is reaching your full capacity, I can teach you how you can overcome that by giving, let's say, longer deadlines or outsourcing or creating a team. If your goal would be, let's say, to scale up and become an entrepreneur in the future and create your boutique agency. I don't know if that's your goal as well.
Sure. So with the coming back to what you were saying about having 1 or 2 consistent clients and then having, the project end, actually something that happened to me around, 2018, I had 1 or 2 consistent clients who would give me steady work. I was, making decent money, being able to pay all my bills and then some. And then afterwards, once the project stopped, I got kind of lost because I didn't, I didn't keep up that marketing aspect. And even with, being able to have that one client, and then when I was working in finance, I was working in the sales aspect and this kind of, constant looking for new business and things like that. Like you said, once it stops, it's very difficult to get started again. And sometimes, we just kind of need the kick in the back to be able to get started again. I'm hoping this is my kick in the back.
You might not be aware of the recent trends when it comes to marketing. You have fallen behind in understanding your clients, because for me, apart from the fact that marketing is a long-term process, it's a process that you get to know your clients very well. So if you've been far away for a long time, you need to catch up again with your clients and to find out again what are the challenges, the pains, the problem. That's what we're doing in the program. So thank you so much. Do you have any other questions, something you'd like to ask us about the program practically or in general?
I think you've answered all of my questions. I really appreciate you taking the time to have me here, have me on your live, and I'm really looking forward to getting started.
So much am I. And definitely, guys, if you have joined the program, okay, recently, like Francisca, Maria, Vianney, you joined yesterday, you will be receiving a welcome email with the onboarding form, like Stephen said. It's very easy to reply. Is that, Stephen, correct? So it's a very easy onboarding form, but really helps me, okay, to tailor the content and the actual format and structure of the program based on your needs. Plus, I'm asking you about your availability, so I will be able to set up also the schedule accordingly. So get back, okay, to your welcome email and find this. And also those that they join right now, because at midnight tonight, Central European time, the offer of the early bird and pre-registration closes. Okay, so you get higher price later. And also if the slots are covered, there will be no available slots. And the next round starts in summer 2024. So definitely recommend you to send me an email or a message if you're really interested in joining us. You get the participation exercise like Steven just mentioned, target market, unique selling proposition, ideal client, SMART goals. So I think that's also a great advantage because you get prepared before you join the program, and you will be able to get the most out of it when the time arrives in December. We're going December 18th, I think we're going to open the group. And January 11th, we start the practical and trainings because we are all of us back from holidays to be able to go fully into the training. Thank you so much, Steve. It's such a pleasure seeing you. You're so smiling and positive energy, and I hope that you get all of your goals achieved. I don't know if you have any, let's say, recommendation for those that are hesitating joining such program, or maybe what was the reason to trust me and invest in such a program, because we didn't know each other before. So you saw something that really trusted in order to make such an investment.
Absolutely. I saw someone who saw the exact problem that I was going through. I saw someone who saw the most common issue that I go through as a translator, as someone who works in language services, is the business aspect, is the treating this as something that I can not only do to pay my bills, but also thrive in.
Exactly.
And someone who's been through this themselves and is able to help, guide me through that. So I honestly highly recommend it. It's because this is maybe one of the best investments that you can make in your future and your business.
Thank you so much. You are such a great speaker and communicator. You stay here with me. We close the live. Thank you, everyone, for staying here that long. If you have questions, use the chat below. You can tag me, okay, or ask us anything about the program and the participation. I'm leaving also, I think, in the comments the link. And of course, you can book a free call with me like Steven did, so as to discuss and to see if this is a good fit for you, because I'm not in the convincing industry. I would like people to see some kind of value and to know that I can help those people who join the program. So have a great rest of the day, everyone, if you're in the US, or rest of the evening if you're in the European market. So see you in our group. But bye for now. Steven, you stay here and we close the live. Bye, everyone.
Sounds good. Take care, everybody.